Bum, bum, bum. Hola, hola. So, today's should be a quick stream. First year students in my university had a project. This one in particular. They had to do a basic forum. There are some like advanced features that they could have implemented, but it wasn't mandatory. Uh, so it was optional, and I'm gonna do the required part today. Let's start with the reading the README, getting what we have to do. Then we do the database schema. So we will visualize our database, work in models, then set up a server, controllers, and views, and then test it out, shall we? So the objective is, this project consists in creating a web forum that allows communication between users, associating categories to posts, liking and disliking posts and comments, and filtering posts. I'm gonna think about the filtering part, because I'm not sure if I'll have enough time to implement it today, but if we have some time, like sometime at the end of the stream, I'll probably work on that. SQLite. In order to store the data in your forum, like users, posts, comments, etc., you will use the database library SQLite. SQLite is a popular choice. Wait, let me do this. SQLite is a popular choice in embedded database software for local client storage. In application software such as web browsers, it enables you to create a database as well as controlling it by using queries. Okay, yeah, so that's an interesting thing, because it will be really easy to start working with the database, since SQLite is just a local file, so you have no auth, you don't have to set up users, no permissions, and it would be pretty easy to share the state of your database between multiple developers. You can just share the database. Technically, if I remember correctly, it's not recommended to add it to your Git, just because the database file for SQLite is binary, so any little change will technically we'll have to revalidate the whole database, so we'll have to do a commit. I think it's okay, but you might have merge conflicts with it, so I'll try to avoid it. And technically you don't need to share databases if you set up seeders correctly. To structure your database and to achieve better performance, we highly advise you to take a look at the entity relationship diagram, so yeah, okay, and build one based on your own database. Let's see what this is. Smart draw. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use sqlite for that. See what it is. Oops. You must use at least one select, create, or insert queries. Yeah, that's like mandatory, because we have to select data to show it on the user application. Create, for example, for like login or create a post or a comment. Oh wait, no, create. I was mistaken. Create. Well, we will define our database this way. And insert, yes, it's to insert the data into the tables we've defined with the create command. To know more about SQLite, you can check the SQLite page. Okay, let's scroll down. Authentication. In this segment, the client must be able to register as the new user on the forum by inputting their credentials. My monitor is acting weird, one sec. It disconnected. Please reconnect. Okay, it's all good. Where were we? Okay, you also have to create a login session to access the forum and be able to add posts and comments. Okay, you should use cookies to allow you to have only one open session. Each of the sessions must contain an expiration data. It's up to you to decide how long the cookie stays alive. The use of UUID is a bonus task, but we're gonna use a UUID as a unique session identifier. And I'm gonna implement sessions from scratch. So no third-party libraries, but it will only be a in-memory session storage. So at each server restart, we'll have to relog in because our cookie will not be valid anymore. Instructions for user registration. Must ask for email. When the email is already taken, return an error response. Must ask for username and password. Password must be encrypted. Bonus, but well, technically, this should be a requirement. Storing passwords as plain text in the database is an enormous security flaw that we want to try to avoid. I think I'll use bcrypt for that. They should probably talk about the allowed package here for bcrypt. So okay, that's nice. To communication. In order for users to communicate between each other, they will have to be able to. Oh, my monitor is. What's going on? Wait, I'll try something. Okay. One quick little check. Okay. In order for users to communicate between each other, they will have to be able to create posts and comments. Only registered users will be able to create posts and comments. Okay, that makes sense. When registered users are creating a post, they can associate one or more categories to it. The implementation and choice of the categories is up to you. Okay. The posts and comments should be visible to all users, registered or not, makes sense. Non-registered users will only be able to see posts and comments, as in they will not have access to the creation of post or comment interfaces on the website. Okay, this makes sense. Like and dislikes. Only registered users will be able to like or dislike posts and comments. Okay. And the number of likes and dislikes should be visible by all users, registered or not. That makes sense as well. Filter is the optional part, but let's read what we have to implement. You need to implement a filter mechanism that will allow users to filter the displayed posts by categories, created posts, like posts. I can see how we can do the filter by categories and maybe by like posts. For categories, it's pretty easy. You choose a category, it shows the post only the category, right? Liked post makes sense if you want to show the posts starting from some amount of likes. But for the created post part, I'm not really sure what they want us to do. Either created at property. Let's see. So if it's after the date you've defined, then show it. If it's not, well then don't. Okay. Well, I hope that's what they want. I'll probably do, I'm gonna do the filters, I'm gonna only do the categories part because that's the quickest and the easiest to implement. Even though like posts technically shouldn't be a problem, but would be a bit simpler. You can look at filtering categories as subforms, as a form is a section of an online forum dedicated to a specific topic. Okay, yeah. Okay. Note that the last two are only available for registered users and must refer to the logged in user. So that's like to show, okay, this part then, let's think. So this part right here refers to this thing, and if I understand it correctly, we can show created posts that were created by us, the user that is currently logged in, and like posts as in posts that we have created and have some amount of likes by other users, probably. I don't know, it's not really clear, so I'm probably gonna only do the categories part. Docker. For the forum project, you must use Docker. Okay, must is important. You can read about Docker basics in the ASCII artweb Docker-based object. Okay, shouldn't be problematic. You must use sqlite, handle website errors, HTTP status. handle all sort of technical errors, I guess, like in case something goes wrong. Uh, Sending it 500 responses isn't enough. Must respect the good practices. We'll take a look at that in a bit. And it's recommended to have test files for unit testing. We're not going to do that today because it's out of the scope for this project, for this stream at least for me. So if we're allowed packages, we have all standard Go packages, sqlite, bcrypt, and uuid. That means that for the server we'll have to use the okay, my bad. We'll have to use a built-in HTTP module for the server. I think it's called Mux. We're gonna look at that in a sec. The project will help you learn about the basics of web, HTML, HTTP sessions and cookies, Docker, SQL, and the basics of encryption. They do not talk about ORM anywhere, right? No performance, that's all that we had. Advanced features, like dislike. This is a notification on like dislike, like an email sender, for example. You have to create an activity page that tracks the user's own activity. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that today. Authentication shouldn't. Okay, this is a third-party auth provider, OAuth to Facebook, GitHub, and Google. Not gonna do that today. Image upload, not really. Moderation, I guess it's a additional route only for users with a certain role that you will be able to do some stuff. Okay, yeah, not doing moderation and security. It's for HTTPS. Set up HTTPS in OpenSSL. This can be fun. We might look an HTTPS in the HTTPS setup for Go server at the end of the stream as well, because it shouldn't take long. We'll basically have to generate the certificate and set it up for the server, but this might be interesting to see how it works. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know Go that well. From all the experience I have in Go is from working with B1s and from their questions they ask, but I have enough experience in JavaScript land to set up, I think, a decent project. We'll see if someone who knows Go really well somehow sees this video and is willing to watch it till the end. I'd like to know your feedback, because I'm planning to use Go for some other project of mine in the future. Okay, this is the good practices, documentation, consistent indentation, obvious comments. Yeah, I would say that this, like the comments part, usually isn't that necessary. If you write good code, your code will be self-documenting, so you will be able to know what what your code does when you read it. Code grouping, this is like rule of three, I guess. So if you have something that repeats multiple times, you extract it in the function. Technically, you group it in the function. Consistent naming scheme, camel case underscores. Okay, try. Don't repeat yourself. Makes sense. Well, dry and code grouping. Okay. Case, Yagni, separation of concerns. All makes sense. Deep nesting, right? Handling errors. This. Okay, Go. Go imports. Well, yeah. Go format will be run automatically. Okay. Well, let's start by. I know. Let's set up a repo. I have my friend hosts his own proper Git instance, and I'm gonna use that for my repo. New repository, repository name Go, forum, private no description, a simple forum application written in Go for first year students, like, I don't know, correction, or like probably put better explanation for first year students at Enode to lose campus. No template, issue label set, to question one fix. Yeah, okay, I'll go with the default. Git ignore. Do they have Go? Perfect. License, MIT, readme default. Git ignore license readme. Yeah, default branch main. Default trust model. Yeah. No template. Perfect. So let's copy this. Let's open the terminal and let's get to coding. Do I have something for like stream stuff? No, okay. Stream. Okay, git clone. I can't see my screen again for some reason. Okay. My monitor does some weird stuff. I'm gonna try something for a sec. Go for it. Why is it called Go for it? Yeah. Don't need that. It's Go for it. I'm gonna open the VS Code. Perfect. This we don't need. Don't save. Close that. Okay. Here. Let me open the chat back. Perfect. I'm gonna do some manipulations with my monitor. Excuse me for a little second here. Probably the board has something, don't know. It's really hot in here. Okay. New device detected. I don't need Discord. Don't need this anymore. Let me get back to the. Wait. Oh. Fix some stuff. Can I move it over here? No, it's not letting me. Okay. Boom. Back to coding. Let's open VS Code. Let's open the terminal. So first, let's set up the Go project. So it's Go mod init. So we're gonna set up the root module. I'm gonna call it simple forum. Right. So it's gonna create a Go mod file for us that just sets up the project. Let's also create in the main.go file. That's gonna be the entry port for our application. Package main, package main, func main. Man, I'm still getting used to my keyboard. I haven't used it in quite some time. Let's do fmt.println hello world. And let's see if we can run the application. Go run main go. Okay, we have the hello world. I'll probably have to fix the typo. Okay, let's add everything. Set up. Well, okay, I'll do this. Initial go setup. and push. It's asking for a username. Let me see something. Is there a way to, yeah, okay. Up. Escape to cancel. It doesn't want to do that. Nope, nope. Git remote set dash URL origin, and I'm gonna set it to that. Git push. Yep, now we're using SSH, so perfect. So now we should have everything on the remote. Let's see. Yep, we have the main Go file with package and stuff. Perfect. Okay, so let's work on the database modelization. I'm gonna use Excalibur. It's not explicitly made to like visualize your database relations and stuff. It's more of a whiteboard thing. Technically, I have this or this. I can draw here, but I prefer Excalibur because it's pretty cool. So we have a user. We also have a post. We have a comment. What? Okay, we also have topic as in category. Now what I have to think about is, can we have multiple categories on a post? I'd say sure, why not? This way, well, technically from the forum standpoint, I wanted to make it like we have a thread. In thread we have posts, and each post has multiple comments. But probably not gonna do that. Yeah, let's just add a category table category. Okay, perfect. So we have a user, model, post, and category. Now let's say each user has to have a username. It's a num text. Okay, it also has to have an email and password, and email is unique as well as the username. Okay. Let's add also an implicit one-to-many relationship, because user can have multiple posts. So I'll not, yeah, multiple posts and multiple comments as well. Comment, okay. So this is it for the user. Let's see, our post have the author, which is our user. It also has likes, likes, dislike. Should we separate them or not? I'll probably say no. I'll just go rating. This way, we'll like, if someone dislikes it, just decreases the rating. This means we will not be able to monitor that, like you can only put one like, one dislike per post. But I think it's okay for a very simple form. Otherwise, we can extract the likes, dislikes to another table and maybe separate them with type. So you can put likes, dislikes on post and as well as on comments. But this adds a little bit of complexity because you have to remove a like if in case you want to dislike a post, or vice versa. So not to complicate things. Okay, and well, of course, our post also has a message author rating, and it has comments array because you can add comments to the posts. Let's take a little break. Look away from our screens, drink some water, or Pepsi in my case. too hot today, so no webcam. I wanted to, but nope, not today. Maybe next time. I'm thinking of getting back to streams and to streaming in general once I get my microphone back from my friend. Author rating. Okay. It should also have a post that we add the comment on and the message, of course. So message author rating post. This makes sense. And category, basically, yeah, okay. So this as well, categories, because our post can have multiple categories. And now let's do our category, and I think we are fine with category and maybe posts. So each category can have a title. We're gonna predefine them in our CIDA, but technically later on you can add an admin page where you can manage your categories and add a new one if you feel like it, and drop another one. So cascade on drop to remove all the appearances of this category in other posts, but this is another story. Now let's do the relationship, like let's draw arrows for this thing. So each user can have a post, multiple posts, up, click, okay. Each user can have posts, each user can have comments. Ooh, beautiful. Each post can have a category. Each comment has a post. So we have multiple relationship. I'm gonna add the one to one, one to many as in text here. Category has posts. I think that should be it. Can I move this here and take this line and move it over here? Yeah. So our post has a category, our comment has a link to post, post has comments. So yeah, this is a bi-directional thing. So arrowhead, this one also. Our comment has an auto, so this as well is a two-way relationship, and this not relationship, relation. Looks fine. My laptop, no, it's not overheating. Perfect. Okay, so let's annotate one-to-many things. Our user, so our comment can have one user can have multiple comments. Any given comment can only have one user, so one author. Each post can have multiple comments, but each comment can only have one post, so another one-to-many relationship, which is pretty easy to do. Each user can have multiple posts, but each post has only one author. And yeah, this is a many-to-many relationship because each category can have multiple posts for it, and each post can have multiple categories. So that's pretty much our database setup. Let's screenshot it. I'm gonna do a little manipulation here. Boom. Okay. How can I put it in a, oh wait, yeah, I can just do this. Boom. It's gonna be added to the preview. Nowhere to open. Okay. File, save db. Let's put it in downloads. I don't need this. Now we can find the downloads db. I'm gonna see some of my personal files, but that's okay. Nothing really important there. Up db. I'm gonna call it. It's not technically a UML. It's entity relational mapping diagram. So let's do this. UML diagram. Perfect. We can add this as an endpoint for a forum because it's an educational version, so fine. Let's do git add all, git commit message added, ERM, git push. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Sorry, I was thinking a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now let's create a model, technically a sub package for a database. I'm gonna also add a folder in there called models, and here I'm gonna do the database.go file package database func init. It's not taking anything. Yep. Let's do func cleanup. Yep. This is to clean up the database. Well, not technically the database, but connection. We're gonna do the thing like defer db.close. We're gonna do that later, and we also have a func seed that is going to seed the database, and this one actually takes a bool to run probably up, and we're gonna do if to run equals false, return. Yep, my JavaScript. What don't you like to run? Oh, it's probably in different order. Yeah. Yes, true. If not to run, return. Okay, because well, for the to run idea, I'm thinking if we launch the application without a certain flag, it's not going to seed the database. For now, it's not important. I'm going to leave it here, and let's set up our models. Let's see. We want to use gorm. Gorm is an ORM for Go, which is pretty cool. I looked at it yesterday. It had a nice API. Gorm the old. Okay, let's do this. Perfect. It's already set up for sqlite in their example docs. Let's do this, and then this. Let's add a gorm. Let's add the sqlite driver. Hope I don't get any GCC errors. I have encoding, like I have some drop frames, which I don't like. But seems like no. Okay. Not dropped frames, but skip frames. Okay, it's okay. Okay, let's read the docs. So how does this package work? We need the product. Yeah, I'm gonna set it up. Gorm open sqlite. Okay. Let's copy this. I'm not gonna need some of the functions like gorm. Oops. Goodbye, Siri. Yes. I need to include this as well as sqlite. Okay, this looks like an SQL driver. Okay. Yeah. Wait, let's see. Their imports. Yeah, worm driver sqlite. I don't know why it's complaining. Nope. This is not what I wanted to do. Before we save, for some reason, what's taking so much of my CPU? I can like feel the laptop lagging. OBS. Is there a way to update something on live? I want to change some OBS settings. Output. Where is it? Video. Yeah, maybe I should. Well, technically, this is fine. This is more or less full HD. I don't know why it's having trouble with that. Probably no idea, actually. I'm gonna close some applications and let's continue working. SQLite, yes, it is imported. Go mod, nothing interesting here. Let's create our first model. Let's start with user. No, let's start with category. It's not gonna like capital category.go. Okay, so how do they define the thing? Perfect. Let's do it like this. We need to add package. Models. This one to import. Okay. And this shouldn't be the product, this should be our category. And our gorm model, if I remember correctly, automatically adds fields such as ID, primary key, auto increment. It also adds created at, updated at, and deleted at, because I think gorm by default does self-delete, so it doesn't actually deletes it from the database, it just sets a deleted flag to true. Okay, let's see in our ERM diagram, what do we have? Title and posts. For now, let's just define the title of our category as a string, so title string. Okay, and here we don't need the product. Oh, actually, I want to look at something. Create product first. Okay. This returns a transaction, if I remember correctly. Is there a way to? I have an idea. I want to check something. Okay, just a little break. Back. We're back. Oh, having some messages. Okay. Let's get back to it. Not waste our time. I don't need this anymore. I don't understand why it's lagging so much. I'll probably try something. I'm gonna stop the stream for a sec. Change the base canvas size and restart it. Cause yeah. Be right back.